The 2025 Africa Cup of Nations is almost here, and this one feels bigger than ever. Powerhouses like Morocco, Nigeria, Senegal, and Ivory Coast are all chasing the crown, while rising nations and dangerous underdogs look ready to shock the continent. Some teams are fighting to reclaim glory, others are trying to make history for the very first time. From the group stage battles to the final in Rabat, here's how I see the entire tournament playing out. Let's break it all down. Starting off with Group A with Morocco, Mali, Comoros, and Zambia. Morocco enters AFCON 2025 with strong momentum. Their historic 2022 World Cup semifinal run proved their rise on the world stage, and while a round of 16 exit in AFCON 2023 pushed them to regroup and grow. With consistent recent appearances and renewed confidence, they head into this tournament as a serious contender. Mali enters AFCON 2025 as a steady, reliable contender. They reached the quarterfinals in 2023, one of their best runs in over a decade, and have now qualified for 10 straight tournaments. Though they haven't won the title, their best finish was runner-up in 1972, and they've appeared 14 times overall. With consistent recent form and a solid tournament history, they should be competitive again and has a real chance to reach the knockout rounds. Comoros comes into AFCON 2025 as one of the tournament's underdogs. They qualified for their second AFCON ever. Their first was in 2021, and missing the 2023 edition makes this return a big achievement. They've never won the tournament and aren't expected to contend for the knockout rounds, but they have shown they can occasionally surprise bigger teams. Realistically, earning even a single win would be a major success for them this year. Zambia comes into this tournament looking to improve after going winless in the 2023 group stage. They've made 2 tournaments in a row for the first time since 2015 and remain a team with some competitive upside, though not a top contender. Their lone title came in 2012, and while expectations are modest, reaching the knockout rounds would be a solid success. So here is the schedule and my predictions for each match in Group A. After all the action, here's how I see the final Group A standings shaping up. In first place, Morocco. Second place, Mali. Third place, Zambia. Fourth place, Comoros. So those are my Group A standing predictions. Now with Group B with Egypt, Zimbabwe, Angola, and South Africa. Egypt enters this competition as a proven heavyweight. They reached the 2023 tournament, but struggled, failing to win a match and going out in the round of 16 on penalties after 4 draws. Even so, their history speaks loudly with 7 titles, the most of any nation with their last in 2010. This will be their 5th straight appearance, and despite recent inconsistency, Egypt remains a serious contender with the experience and pedigree to make a strong run. Zimbabwe enters this competition as clear underdogs. They return after missing the 2023 tournament due to suspension, and in their 5 previous appearances, they've never reached the knockout rounds. Their best showing was in 2006, and recent form and rankings remain low. Expectations are modest, and simply earning a strong result in the group stage would be a success for them. Angola comes into AFCON 2025 with confidence after a strong 2023 run that saw them top their group and reach the quarterfinals. They've made 10 AFCON appearances, but haven't ever won the tournament. This will be their 2nd straight qualification, and while they're not title favorites, they're good enough to compete for a round of 16 spot and possibly make another solid push. South Africa heads into AFCON 2025 with confidence after a strong 2023 run that saw them reach the quarterfinals and earn their best finish since 2000. They've been qualifying regularly and look to be trending upward. With 1 African Cup of Nations title in their history in 1996, they enter this tournament as a competitive side expected to fight for another trip to the knockout rounds. So here is the schedule and my predictions for each match in Group B. After all the action, here's how I see the final Group B standings shaping up. In first place, Egypt. Second place, South Africa. Third place, Angola. Fourth place, Zimbabwe. So those are my Group B standing predictions. Now on to Group C, with Tunisia, Nigeria, Uganda, and Tanzania. Tunisia comes into this tournament looking to rebound after a poor 2023 performance, where they failed to win a match and were eliminated in the group stage. Despite that setback, they remain one of Africa's most consistent qualifiers, having reached every AFCON since 1994. Their lone title came in 2004, and while they're not among the top favorites this year, Tunisia is usually competitive enough to fight for a round of 16 spot if they regain their usual form. Nigeria enters AFCON 2025 as a top contender after a strong 2023 run that saw them reach the final and finished as the runner-up. They've now made 4 straight tournaments and own 3 AFCON titles, showing their long-term strength. With their consistency and recent form, Nigeria is expected to be one of the favorites again and should be well positioned to top their group. Uganda enters AFCON 2025 looking to regain momentum after missing the last 2 tournaments. Their last appearance was in 2019, where they reached the round of 16. They've never won the title, with their best finish as runners-up in 1978, and this will be their 8th appearance. They aren't top contenders, but they're competitive enough to push for points and possibly challenge for a knockout spot. Tanzania heads into this tournament as clear underdogs. They played in 2023 but finished last in their group and have never advanced past the group stage in any of their 3 previous appearances. This will be their 4th AFCON and their first time qualifying back-to-back. Expectations are low, and earning even one strong result would be a success for them. So here is the schedule and my predictions for each match in Group C. After all the action, here's how I see the final Group C standings shaping up. In first place Nigeria, second place Tunisia, third place Uganda, fourth place Tanzania. So those are my Group C standing predictions. Now to Group D with Senegal, Benin, Botswana, and Democratic Republic of Congo. Senegal enters AFCON 2025 as one of the clear favorites. They reached the round of 16 in 2023 after a strong group stage, though the early exit was a step back compared to winning their first ever title in 2021. Still, they've now qualified for 6 tournaments in a row and remain one of Africa's most consistent teams. With 18 total AFCON appearances and a high FIFA ranking, Senegal is widely expected to contend for the title again and make another deep run. Benin heads into AFCON 2025 hoping to build on past progress after missing the 2023 tournament. Their last appearance was in 2019, which saw them reach the quarterfinals, the best result in their history. This will be just their 5th AFCON, and while they've never won the title, they've shown they can compete when things click. Expectations are modest, but they have enough quality to fight for points and possibly push for a round of 16 spot. Botswana comes into AFCON 2025 as major underdogs. They didn't qualify in 2023, and their only prior appearance was in 2012, where they lost all 3 group matches. With limited experience and a low FIFA ranking, expectations are very low, and earning even a point would be a meaningful step forward for them. DR Congo heads into AFCON 2025 with solid momentum after finishing 4th in 2023, their best result since 2015. This will be their 2nd straight appearance and their 5th in the last 6 editions. They've won the tournament twice in their history, though not since the 1970s. While not the top favorite, they're strong enough to compete for the top of their group and make another meaningful run. So here is the schedule and my predictions for each match in Group D. After all the action, here's how I see the final Group D standings shaping up. In first place, Senegal. Second place, DR Congo. Third place, Benin. Fourth place, Botswana. So those are my Group D standing predictions. Now to Group E with Sudan, Equatorial Guinea, Burkina Faso, and Algeria. Sudan enters this tournament as clear underdogs. They missed the 2023 tournament and have struggled for consistency, making this their first appearance since 2022 and their 11th overall. Their only title came back in 1970, and they haven't approached that level in decades. Expectations are low, but they could still spring a surprise if they find form at the right moment. Equatorial Guinea had a strong AFCON in 2023, going unbeaten in the group and reaching the round of 16. They've now qualified for their third tournament in a row, with their best finish being 4th place in 2015. Heading into AFCON 2025, they're not among the top favorites, but they're a tough, competitive team that can definitely push for another knockout round appearance. Burkina Faso made the round of 16 at AFCON 2023 after finishing second in their group. They've now qualified for their third straight tournament and are usually solid enough to reach the knockouts, with 14 total appearances and a best finish as runners-up in 2013. They're competitive, but not top favorites. In AFCON 2025, they should challenge for another spot in the next round. Algeria missed the mark again in AFCON 2023, finishing last in their group and failing to win a match, their second straight early exit. They've qualified for their 7th tournament in a row and have a strong history with 2 titles, but recent form makes them hard to trust. Algeria has the pedigree to rebound, but they enter AFCON 2025 as a question mark rather than a clear contender. So here is the schedule and my predictions for each match in Group E. After all the action, here's how I see the final Group E standings shaping up. In first place, Algeria. Second place, Burkina Faso. Third place, Equatorial Guinea. Fourth place, Sudan. So those are my Group E standing predictions. Now to Group F with Gabon, Mozambique, Ivory Coast, and Cameroon. Gabon did not qualify for AFCON 2023, with their last appearance coming in 2021. They return for AFCON 2025 aiming to rebound, but their recent form has been inconsistent. This will be their 10th overall tournament, with their best runs being quarterfinal finishes, most notably in 2012. They have potential, but based on recent results, they're more of an outside shot to get out of the group. Mozambique returns to AFCON in 2023 after missing it since 2010, earning 2 draws, including a big one against Egypt, but still finishing last in their group. For AFCON 2025, they remain underdogs, but enter with more experience. This is their 2nd straight appearance and their 6th overall. They've never made it past the group stage, so even a win or pushing for advancement would be a major success for them. Ivory Coast enters AFCON 2025 as the defending champions after an incredible comeback run in 2023 that earned them their 3rd title. They've qualified for every tournament since 2006 and remain one of Africa's strongest teams. Expectations are high again, and they're clear contenders for another deep run. Cameroon heads into this competition as a reliable contender. They reached the round of 16 in 2023, not as strong as their 3rd place finish in 2021, but still solid. With 5 African Cup of Nations titles and 6 straight appearances, they're one of the tournament's most decorated teams. They should be strong enough to get out of the group and could make a deeper run if they hit form. So here is the schedule and my predictions for each match in Group F. After all the action, here's how I see the final Group F standings shaping up. In first place, Ivory Coast. Second place, Cameroon. Third place, Gabon. Fourth place, Mozambique. So those are my Group F standing predictions. Now we move into the knockout stage, beginning with the round of 16. Here's a look at my bracket and the matchups for this round. Based on those pairings, here are my predictions for each game and the teams I believe will advance to the quarterfinals. Now on to the quarterfinals. Here's a look at the bracket and the matchups for the quarterfinals. Now it's time for the moment we've all been waiting for. My predictions for each of the quarterfinals matchups. So those are the nations that are moving on to the next round. Now on to the semifinals. We're down to the final 4 nations, and the battle for a place in the AFCON final is heating up. Here are the semi-final matchups that will decide who gets one step closer to glory. Now it's time for my semi-final predictions, and the 2 nations I see advancing to the final are Senegal and Morocco. The finals, Senegal versus Morocco. This one's almost too close to call. Both teams have earned their place on the biggest stage, but after weighing it all up, my pick for the AFCON champion is Senegal. So those are my predictions. Who do you think will win the championship this year? Let me know and drop a comment. So if you're new here, be sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on that notification bell so you never miss an update. And if you love sports, you found the right place. This channel is all about bringing you the latest and greatest sports content. And don't forget to share this video with more sports enthusiasts. For more content and much more, please click up here to dive into more videos. And thank you so much for watching. Your support is really appreciated. I'm Sportstigator, and I'll catch you guys next time. Until then, keep loving sports.